Varias personas junto al equipo de la Organización Mundial de la Salud tratan de encontrar al paciente cero, conseguir una vacuna y detener una plaga de proporciones apocalípticas. Contagion.
The average person touches their face 3 to 5 times every waking minute. In between, we're touching doorknobs, water fountains, and each other.
What impressed you most about this production?
Oh, two things. Mr. Soderbergh, the speed at which he works and the ease with which he does it. He works very fast, but there's no pressure. There's no, like, it's not, you know, it's not a chore. It's not, it's very, very relaxed. It's very thoughtful. It's very easy. But the pace is just super fast. And the results, as you can tell, are really fantastic. As of this moment, you and I are attached to the cell phone. If you need resources, you call me. If you get into a political dogfight, you call me. If you're wide awake at 3 a.m. wondering why you took this job in the first place, you call me.
You are an experienced professional and actor, but what did you learn in this film?
The best thing that I learned is that there are people in the world who work at places like WHO and CDC who are tracking these kinds of materials, these viruses and diseases, to try to keep us all safe. And I think that was the best thing I learned.
Let's do a showing for some of our friends.
Is it big room? Yeah, big screening?
Yeah, we have a big auditorium.
Oh, great.
Great.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, great to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Where did you shoot?
I was shooting in Chicago and Atlanta.
When will you come to Latin America? We're waiting for you there.
I don't know, but I'll get there. Okay?
That's him, with Emhoff at 12:08. I can show you the Ukrainian woman on the security camera in the elevator, going back to her room 20 minutes earlier. She was gone before Levi started work. The doctor, Orantes, is someone who will go in the field, and her job is to find the indexed patient, to find the origin of the virus. So she tracks the virus where they think it started, and to try to understand where it comes from in terms of, was it an animal, was it in the water, was it, you know, to try to eradicate this virus.
Jory's going straight from the band trip to her mom's place. My job interview got pushed to next week. I'm not really sure what that means. Hopefully nothing.
It was great to be reunited with Matt Damon. Well, that's not true. After Ripley, we sort of did something on Saturday Night Live together. But other than that, he is just a sweetheart, and I was so happy to get to work with him. You know, now we're kind of grown-ups. You know, when we did Ripley, we were kids, and now we have kids of our own and families, and it was great. He's a sweetheart.
You had a seizure this morning, Beth.
Does she have a history of seizures and allergies?
As of last night, there are 32 cases.
Why you agreed to perform that is facing this nightmare? Your character.
Yeah, I mean, I really related to the character because as a father, you know, all he's trying to do is keep his daughter alive, and so to me that made total sense, you know. So it was a very easy role in that sense to relate to because everything he did, I felt like I would do the same thing.
Action!
Is anyone even working here?
Just get the cereal, hon. Jory, don't touch anything.
Help me.
Drop it, drop it. Take your gloves off.
Can you tell us more details about the production?
Well, I mean, working with Steven is just great. His process is so streamlined. He's the cinematographer and the camera operator, and the editor. Yeah, and so at the end of every day, we would go to the hotel, and he shot on digital. So we go to the hotel, and they'd process the They'd get the digital stuff, they'd download it all onto a computer.
Okay.
They'd then bring the computer to the bar. We'd be in the bar in the hotel, in a little back room. And he'd get his computer and he'd put his headphones on. And, you know, me and the writer and the producers, and, you know, we'd sit and we'd talk. And he'd be in the corner working. And after like 40, 45 minutes, he'd go, okay. And he'd take his headphones off and he'd turn the computer around. And he'd show us what we shot that day.
Brother, you know, like checking it, and you slow down enough so that it's not a complete stop, but you slowed down. So that
okay. Really scrub it in there.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
¿Qué es lo más impresionante de esta producción?
I don't know. I think ultimately that that we shouldn't be governed by our fear, but we should wash our hands more.
Can I go talk to her? Mr. Amoff, your wife is dead.
What are you talking about? Okay. What happened to her? What happened to her?
Is there any way someone could weaponize the bird flu? Is that what we're looking at?
Someone doesn't have to weaponize the bird flu. The birds are doing that.
Watch this. It's transmission, so we just need to know which direction.
On day one, there were 2 people, and then 4, and then 16. In 3 months, it's 1 billion. That's where we're headed.
They're calling out the National Guard. They're moving the president underground. People will panic.
Get away!
It will tip over.
The truth is being kept from the world.
Cook your samples, destroy everything. Hello. I need you to get me the names of everyone who serviced this room. It's an emergency.
You can't panic now.
I know.
I'm gonna get you home.
I got people too, Dr. Cheever. We all do.
Don't talk to anyone. Don't touch anyone. Stay away from other people.
Get back in your car. We're not sick.
It's figuring us out faster than we're figuring it out.
It's mutated.
A medida que va creciendo la epidemia, la comunidad médica mundial lucha contra reloj para encontrar una cura y poder controlar también el pánico que se extiende incluso más rápido que el propio virus. Al mismo tiempo, la gente trata de sobrevivir en una sociedad que se desmorona. Soy Víctor X y me despido desde Hollywood. Hasta nuestra próxima visita al set a través de la señal de E! Entertainment Television.